I tried vlogging and it flopped. Did you ask why? I'm wondering too. You know how sometimes life feels so busy, but there's no extra room for anything? Do you know, I could just tell you that making YouTube videos doesn't have to be this big, complicated, long winded thing. You don't need to change your routine or even go out of your way. In fact, the small things you're already doing, those peaceful everyday moments, could be exactly what people want to see. Let me show you how easy it could be to fit YouTube into your life without adding any stress whatsoever at all. Really, I'll tell you this for free. You see, I've been thinking a lot about how you could fit YouTube into your life, and I'm seeing lots of people do this. I know you are interested in the idea, but it can seem like too much effort when you're already busy. You have a ton of things to do. Whatever it is in your life. Honestly, you don't have to go out of your way to make videos. This video I made on a day I was on my way to work. And I usually have a routine. I'll pop into shops because I'm that nosy. I love to window shop before I go into work. You know, I think this could be something you will enjoy without needing to change your routine much. Let's start with something simple. Think about your own mornings. You usually have your tea or coffee, right? If you're in the UK like I am, it's cold at the moment. We will start off our day with beverage. What if you recorded a few minutes of that? You could talk about how you like to take a quiet moment to yourself in the morning. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, fine. You could film the steam just rising from your cup. That's aesthetics. The sound of you stirring your spoon, or even just share a few thoughts that you have as you start your day. It's so calming, and there's a lot of people who enjoy watching or listening to those peaceful moments. It's just something you're already doing, but now you're sharing it. You don't have to go out of your way to share it. You're just capturing it while you're doing it. Then there's your walk. Do you do walks? Have you seen how popular walk and talk is getting? I know you like to go on walks when you can. You could easily capture the sounds of the wind, the birds that are singing, your footsteps, maybe even people passing by. You know, you don't need to speak if you don't want to. Just the sights and the sounds of a walk through a park or down your street can be really interesting for others. I make videos while walking my child to school and on my way back. Or you could just record yourself talking about what you're thinking while you're walking. It's helping you to capture your thoughts, like what's on your mind that day, or something you've noticed in nature or in people. It doesn't have to be deep or profound, just you noticing the world around you. Maybe you could point out the changing leaves. Remember I just spoke about how there's now a hike in Uber fares, or how the air just feels crisp in the morning. I don't like winter, so we would make an effort to talk about it. There are people who love those videos, because it helps them to slow down too. Another easy idea is, what about when you're cooking? You don't have to do a whole recipe video if it sounds like too much work, but you could just film the little parts of your cooking process. When you're chopping the vegetables, when you're stirring the pot, when you added onion, and if it's the vegetable oil or the olive oil or it's palm oil, whenever you're doing those, just pick them together, or just the sounds of the kitchen while you cook. You could even just share a story or a memory that cooking reminds you of. People love hearing personal stories, how you live your life, how they're living their life. Everybody is now nosy, but nosy not in a bad way, nosy in a way that they're looking for community, someone like me, especially when it's connected to something relatable like food. This is me here just showing you items that are on sale in Lidl store in the UK. If you're comfortable, you could talk a little about why you enjoy cooking or why you like to make certain meals. But really, you don't have to make it complicated. Even just a quiet video of you preparing something simple could be calming for someone to watch. I know you enjoy gardening too. I've just seen a lady's video. What's that video? My Organic Garden. What about you filming your plants as they grow? You could record the little updates, like today, this plant sprouted a new leaf, or show how you take care of them. We don't all have green fingers, so I find that those who have green fingers, they're quite interesting. Just sharing the progress of your plants can be quite interesting. Pardon me, this is me showing you that I really love that Lido shot. Oh, it dropped. Yes, I picked it back up, but that Chateau perfume is really nice from Lido. I can't remember what it's compared to. I think it's Chloe, but yes, let me know. I also started picking up these L'Oreal creams. I hear they're good, but I was thinking to myself at that point in time, maybe it's a placebo effect. Placebo effect. Sorry. Anyway, let me go back to what I'm talking about. Just sharing the progress of your plants can be really interesting. It's like a time lapse. Have you seen those videos where they show you time lapse of growth? But at your own pace, you're doing it now. And again, it's something you're already doing. You're watering, you're checking on them. Maybe you're even talking to your plants a little. Who knows? It doesn't feel like extra work. So why not just capture it? Even when you're relaxing at home, there are possibilities. There's content all around you. If you're reading, you could share a quick thought on what you're reading. What has jumped out of you in the book that you're reading? Like when you picked up the book at the library or in your library in your house, or a passage that just stood out to you. Anything about that book would be interesting to book readers. You don't need to make a big review or analyze the book. It's more about sharing what's naturally interesting to you at that moment. If the book inspires you to reflect on something in your life, you could share that too. Like, this part made me think about how important it is to take things slow, or how important it is to reflect. Whatever comes to your mind. Oh, Christmas is coming. Yes, lots of Christmas items in Lidl. And then there's things like organizing. Do you know, I mentioned it a few videos ago. Do you organize your own pantry drawer? People do that. You mentioned before how much you love and enjoy tidying up and making your space feel good. What if you filmed the little clips of that? Maybe you're organizing a drawer or folding laundry. You could even just talk a little bit about how organizing helps you feel calm and in control. There's a whole community online who watch those kinds of videos to get inspired, to get motivated, to be encouraged. It doesn't need to be fancy or even take a lot of time. Just showing how you do things in your home could easily resonate with people. You're there, you're overthinking it. If you're worried about being on camera, you don't have to be. A lot of people film their hands while they're doing something, or just focus on the task, not their face. You could film the details, like the movement of your hands when you're cooking, crafting, or even when you're writing. You could also share something as simple as making a cup of tea and talking about how that's your time to unwind. Just filming the process of boiling water, pouring it over the tea bag, and watching it steep. And while your bag is steeping, you could talk a little about what you love. YouTube videos, that moment, and TikToks too, or how you love that moment of peace. Is about tiny moments in our day that often connect us with the most. Really. Another example is when you're doing any sort of creative hobby. Maybe when you're crocheting, knitting, you could film the start of a new project, or show the progress you're making. You could explain why you're making what you're making, or talk about how you got into the hobby in the first place. How did you start it? And if you don't feel like talking, then that's fine too. Just the visual of the crochet work in progress could be enough for someone to enjoy watching, or even just life's little breaks. You never can tell. All these peaceful moments are what counts. The beauty of all these ideas is you don't need to create a set time to make videos. You're already doing these things. You're already enjoying these parts of your life. And all you'll be doing is sharing them in small ways. It's not about creating content that feels forced or out of reach. It's about taking what's already there and letting others in on it in your own way. So even when you're reflecting or thinking about life, that could be a video. Just sharing your thoughts or something you've learned or how you've been feeling lately. You could record it as a voiceover while you're doing something else. Just like this video. I'm recording the voiceover while I'm sharing my day. Like tidying up or sitting outside, me going to the shops. People love to hear real everyday thoughts. It doesn't have to be polished or rehearsed. I have tired voice. That's just me. Just you speaking from the heart. I think the key is to remember that it's not about making big, complicated videos. It's about finding small moments, in your day that are already meaningful to you and sharing them with other people. It doesn't need to take a lot of time or effort, just a bit of recording here and there, capturing what's already part of your life. I believe you can do this and it will feel natural, not forced. You don't have to change anything about how you live your life. You're just adding a little window for others to look in.